Hello, good morning to you all. This is Patrick Ocheni, your trusted fitness expert slash advisor. All right. In today's video, I'm going to answer another one of your questions. All right. And today's question comes from Jebe. So before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Jebe and say thank you for sending in this question. All right. So what is today's question? Well, Jebe wants to know, what is the average time frame that it takes to show muscle tone definition? Okay, let me read that one more time. What is the average time frame that it takes to show muscle tone definition? All right, so hey, that is a great question, Jebe. All right, and the answer is it depends. All right, it depends. Right now, to your point, Jebe, there is an average. There is a general time frame that it takes to show muscle tone definition. All right, now, but before I give you what that is, what I want to do first is share with you what factors does influence your ability to get muscle tone definition. Okay, now, before we even get started, before we get to that, what I want to do first is share with you what is the definition of muscle tone definition. Okay, so for somebody that's trying to achieve muscle tone or muscle definition, what that really means is that that person is trying to lower body fat. All right, they're trying to lower body fat, not to necessarily lose weight. There is a distinct difference. There's a difference between losing weight and shedding body fat. All right, so that is what that person is looking for. All right, so now what is the difference? Real quickly, what is the difference? Well, the difference is with shedding body fat, you're not necessarily concerned with how much you weigh. What does that mean? That means that you could really, in theory, be at the same weight. So let's put a number to it. So let's say somebody weighs 150 pounds and they want to show more muscle tone. All right. So what the goal is they want to reduce body fat, stay at 150, and increase muscle mass. Because remember, muscle occupies less space. You understand? Muscle occupies less space. So if you're trying to get muscle tone or muscle definition, you're not necessarily concerned with how much you weigh. You understand? Now, a great way to know if you're losing body fat as opposed to losing weight, because remember, when you're losing weight, especially if you lose a lot of weight, you run the risk of losing muscle mass. You understand? Now, if a way you know that you're losing body fat instead of losing muscle mass is like I said earlier, if your body weight stays the same, right? But your inches is reducing. So let's say you start off at a waist size of 38 inches, for example. All right, 38 inches, you weigh 150 pounds, and your body fat is 30%. Okay, so if you're able to go from 30% to 25%, your body weight remains at 150, and your inches go from 38, for example, in this example, I think it was 30 that I said, 38 to 25. It means you are losing body fat, as opposed to what? Just losing weight. Another great way to know that you're losing body fat as opposed to just losing body weight is your strength. What does your strength look like? If you're somebody that will lift weights, let's say me, for example, all right? I happen to know that I can squat 315 pounds. Let's say I decide I want to lose body fat. Well, in my process of losing body fat, thereby showing my definition, if my ability to squat 315 goes down, so now I'm struggling to get 200 pounds, it means what? Though I have lost body fat, I've also lost muscle mass. That I do not want. So there's a distinct difference between wanting to lose body fat and trying to lose weight. In this case, with Jebe's question, her goal is she wants to get muscle definition. All right, so which means she wants to keep high muscle, right? Probably the same body weight and low body fat. Also remember, muscle eats fat. So you always want to retain as much muscle as you want. As you can. All right. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, type in the comment section below, retain muscle mass, retain muscle mass, retain muscle mass. All right, cool. Now, by the way, before I move on, guys, I also want to remind you, just like Jebbe did, if you guys have any kind of questions pertaining to getting in shape, losing weight, fitness in general, please feel free to either post your comments below, your questions below, or you can go to my website at www.bodybypatrick.com and sign up for a strategic session. All right, cool. Now, with that being said, what I want to do now is talk about what factors influences your ability to get muscle definition, because it's very important for you to know. That way you know you're on the right track. Then at the end, I'll share with you the average time frame that it takes to actually reveal muscle definition. Are you ready? Fantastic. Now, the first thing that influences muscle definition is, first of all, you have to ask yourself the question, are you using the right formula? All right? So the first thing is, are you using the right formula? Okay, because guess what? It's like traveling. If you want to go on a trip right now to, let's say, to Hawaii, but you get on a plane that is going to what? Go to Orlando, you will never get to Hawaii, even though you are on a plane. Okay, so real quickly, what I want to share with you right now is the formula that I recommend to all my clients, that I also recommend to you, Jebbe, to use to get more muscle definition. And that is this, very quickly. The first thing is you need circuit training, okay? Then you want to do intermittent fasting. Then you want to do interval training, and then you need what's called a mindset shift. Okay, I hope you can see all that. Circuit training is a type of training system that will help you burn as much fat as possible, right? And then intermittent fasting is a type of eating protocol that will help you get rid of as much fat as possible without you risking losing muscle mass, right? And then you have interval training. It's a type of cardio training whereby you are burning the most fat in the shortest amount of time. And finally, mindset shift, okay? Mindset shift is very, very important. If you're not thinking the right way, guess what? Ultimately, you're not going to be acting the right way. And for you to achieve your result, you need to cultivate the right habits. But it starts where? It starts with your mind, all right? So the first question is, are you using the right formula? All right. If you're not, this is the formula that I highly recommend to you to start using, Jebbe, and any one of you out there. So that's the first thing. Well, the second component that influences your ability to get muscle definition or muscle tone is how much effort are you applying to the formula? All right. So your effort level. Okay. Are you training the right way, first of all? And are you working hard enough in the gym? So if I have two people, all right, one of them, is slacking off, so to speak, right? And the other one is working hard. Well, guess what? That's going to influence their result ultimately, correct? So the first thing is, you're using the right formula. Second thing is, you are what? Applying the right amount of effort, all right? Very, very important. The effort is like the engine to your car. It's like the engine to your car. It's like when you have two cars, for example, one is a Ferrari and one is a, Chevy Aveo, all right? How fast you go, it depends on the horsepower of the engine, correct? So in this example, clearly, the car with the Ferrari engine will have more power than the car with the Chevy Aveo engine, all right? So that will determine how fast they can go and how quickly to get to what? Maybe 100 miles per hour. Make sense? Same thing in fitness, all right? How quickly you see muscle definition depends on your horsepower, how much effort you're putting in, all right? Now, with that being said, does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, type in the comment section below. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. I want to make sure you get this concept, all right? Now, the third thing that influences your ability to get muscle definition, all right, or the rate at which you get muscle definition is what? Your gender, all right? Your gender, okay? So that is why I said it depends, right? For a man and a woman, the ability to build muscle is radically different because of the hormones in the body. In general, men build muscle faster than women. So the rate at which a man will get to see definition is very different from the rate at which a woman, right, sees muscle definition, assuming they're not using extra stuff, right? Like extra supplement, if you know what I mean. All right. So that's also very, very important, right? Now, the other component is what? Your genetics. Okay, more specifically, what's called your genetic potential. All right. So basically, what that means is this: you can have two people do the exact same thing. They could be both male, put in the same kind of effort, using the right formula, right, and still achieve different level of definition. Because what? Because of the genetic potential. A great example is me, for example, me and my brother. I have a younger brother. And we come from the same family, same dad, same mom. Okay, he's slightly younger than me, actually just 1 year younger than me. But his ability to get more definition is far exceeds mine. All right, so that's very, very important. So we could be doing exactly the same thing, but because of his genetic makeup, though we are from the same family, right, is very different from mine. So the rate at which he achieved that definition will be different. So your genetics plays a significant role. Now, the other component is what? Your age. Your age also factors in. Your age also factors in. Again, for example, we could have two people, both males, applying the same effort, using the same formula, from the same family, same genetic. But guess what? If one is way older than the other person, well, guess what? How soon they achieve definition will also what? Be affected. All right. So that's something else you got to factor in. All right. And then the other thing that's very, very important that you have to account for is your starting point. Okay. Your starting point. Okay. Where are you starting from? What is your current fitness level? That's very, very important. It's kind of like this, right? Let's say you have two cars. Right now, I'm coming to you guys live from the city of Rockville, all right? So let's say we have two cars that's trying to get from the city of Rockville to the city of Silver Spring, all right? Now, here's the thing. Let's say car number A is a Ferrari and car number 2 is also a Ferrari. But, however, car number 2, is already halfway to Silver Spring. Let's say that's the starting point. Let's say car number 2, Ferrari number 2, right? Same horsepower, same everything. It's already halfway to Silver Spring. Well, guess what? When the bell rings, who is going to get to Silver Spring faster? Car number 2. Because guess what? He's already positioned halfway to what? To Silver Spring. Same thing when it comes to fitness, right? When you're asking the question, well, what is the average time frame to see muscle definition? What you've got to understand is you have to factor in your starting point. So when it comes to starting point, it's a continuum, right? So basically you're starting from here and you want to get to right here, correct? Here is your sad face and here is your sad face and here's your happy face. Forgive my my drawing ability there, right? Now, let's say this person A, let's say you have person A and then you have person B, okay? Let's say person A, right, weighs, 125 pounds. And person B, so 125, and person B weighs 300 pounds. All right. Well, clearly they have two different starting points. All right. Now, when you look at this example, well, if person A wants to get muscle definition, clearly because they don't have much weight to lose initially, right, they'll get to see muscle definition faster. You understand? Compared to person B, first, they have to lose weight. Okay? Lose weight. All right? First, person B, to be able to see definition, has to first what? Lose weight. Before what? Lose weight, and B, then shed fat. Okay? To see muscle definition. So the time frame that person B would take to achieve to see muscle definition will be much longer than the time frame for person A who has no issue with current body weight. Does that make sense? All right. So your starting point significantly affects the time frame in which you start to see muscle definition. All right. Now, here's one thing you have to realize, if you haven't already realized it, is that the moral of the story is this. This is why you should never ever compare your result with somebody else, right? Because guess what? If all things being equal, let's say we have two people again, person A, person B, they're both male, same age, same everything, except, guess what? There's that genetic factor, right? Genetic potential that still plays a role that would influence the ultimate outcome. All right, so never, ever, ever compare your results to somebody else. You could have a friend you're working out with right now, JB, and you both go to the gym, do the same exact program. You work out just as hard, right? Everything is equal. Your effort is the same. But because of the genetic difference, she might see results faster than you just because of genetics. There's nothing you can do about it unless you start using supplements, which I highly do not recommend because it is not worth it in the long run. All right. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, and you got value from that information, type in the comment section below. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. All right, because I want to make sure you got this. Very, very important. Okay, so you want to keep all this stuff in mind when you are creating a fitness program, and that's how people set themselves up for failure. Without knowing this, you'd be like, well, how come, I started working out with my friend yesterday and like 6 weeks ago, and already she looks great and fabulous, and we do exactly the same thing, we eat the same way, and I don't see results at the same rate. That could be, now you understand why, okay? Now, with all that being said, guys, remember, if you have any kind of questions about what I just shared with you today, or about how to get in shape, about losing weight, whatever question you have pertaining to your fitness goal, you can always send me a direct message either via Facebook or YouTube if that's where you're watching from. But more importantly, if you feel like, you know what, Patrick, all this information is so good, but I just need help creating a plan customized to me and my unique situation, all right? Well, in that case, you can go to www.bodybypatrick.com and sign up for a strategy session with me. Well, right? Where we'll get on the phone and talk in great detail about your situation and see how we can create a plan for you. All right? Make sense? Fantastic. Now, with all that being said, if everything being equal, the average time frame, if you're using the right formula, okay? If you're putting the right amount of effort, if gender, whatever gender you are, okay, you have the right genetics, all right, the age is where it's supposed to be, and your starting point is where it's supposed to be, it takes an average of 12 weeks. 12 weeks for you to start seeing muscle definition, okay? 12 weeks for you to start seeing muscle definition. Again, that's average. Average means what? It could be less, it could take less time, it could take what? Longer. All depends on what? The formula you're using, your effort, your gender, your genetics, your age, and what? And your starting point. Make sense? So, Jebe, I hope that answers your question. Thank you again for sending your question. And remember, guys, again, I keep saying this, but I want to make sure the information I'm sharing with you guys serves you. All right? So I want you to send me your questions. You can send it to me via DM, right? Direct message, or you can visit my website, www.bodybypatrick.com, right? To sign up for a strategy session to talk in great detail about your unique situation. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you. It's always an honor and a privilege to come to you guys to share with you this information. And I hope truly from the bottom of my heart that you found value in it. Okay? Now, if you haven't already done so, if this video, again, you found value in it, please like the video for me. I will appreciate it, okay, to keep me more fired up, to bring you more information. Secondly, if you know a friend, a family member, a coworker that could benefit from this information, right now, there might be somebody in your life trying to figure out, okay, how long will it take for me to see results? And they don't know the answer. You could be the savior by just sharing this video with them, okay? And finally, if you have not already done so, if you want to be notified automatically the next time I go live, go ahead and like my page, okay, if you're watching from Facebook, or click the subscribe button if you're watching from YouTube or Instagram. And make sure you also click on the notification bell. That way when I go live in the future, you will be notified automatically, okay? Once again, my name is Patrick Ochenny, your trusted fitness expert / advisor. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.